Hi guys, and welcome back to part one of this new video. So I am doing something crazy as a McLaren owner. I am enhancing the audio system and installing a subwoofer. Shock, awe, and hatred probably from a bunch of people. Anyway, so the B&W system in the car is actually quite good, but I'd like a little bit more low-end thump, and I have been known to be a bit of a hi-fi geek in the past with regards to home audio. And in my previous car, my Lotus, I installed a little JBL subwoofer, which really helped with the sound system. And so I started doing some research on what I could do in the McLaren. Now, looking around the cabin, there's pretty much zero room, either behind the seats or under the dash or anywhere else. So I took it upon myself to try and make a new structure. Now in the GT, there's quite a large area on the rear parcel shelf that's pretty much dead space. So what I've been doing is constructing, well, I designed first and have now constructed this little structure. It's made out of plywood. So there's two different sort of materials that are good for speaker enclosures, plywood and or MDF. I decided to go with plywood because it's lighter, and actually the whole structure I've made so far is quite lightweight. We're kind of, I would say, about 2/3 of the way through of the construction now, so this has been test fitted and it fits quite nicely. I've basically mimicked the current cover that covers the fuel and the oil and water covers at the back of the car. So it slots in perfectly on the back shelf. This will be completely sort of filled and smoothed when I've completed it, and then it will be trimmed in a matching Alcantara to match the interior of the car. So it should look quite plush and OEM. I've also made this grille. So it's aluminium mesh that I bought from a company online, and then it's been sprayed black, and then I got some rubber edging. This will obviously slot into this hole here. It will also allow access to the sub underneath. So I did quite a lot of research on compact subwoofers, and the unit I decided to go with was made by Hertz. I wanted a sort of above average quality woofer in line with the audio system that's already in the car, and also the fact that it's a high quality car. So Hertz do a really nice compact sub with 200 watts of RMS power. So it's also quite a bit more powerful, at least on paper, than a lot of the competition. And size-wise, it fits quite nicely, will fit quite nicely under here when it's in the car. So the next part of the video, we'll have a look at how it fits into the car and explain how it will be wired in. Hi guys, so now we've got the structure in the car. So as you can see, it slots in quite nicely, and finishes just in front, just behind these braces. So obviously the sub will be in this space here with your mesh grille over the top, matching Alcantara covering the entire structure, so it should look quite OEM. Quite conveniently, on this side, just behind the driver's seat here, is the amplifier for the integrated B&W system. So that means it's going to be quite easy to get signal cables from the amp to my sub in here. And then on this side, just behind the passenger side seat here, is the main fuse box, which means it'll also be nice and easy to get power from the fuse box down there up to the sub. So, and I'm sure that wiring can just sort of like be tucked behind the trim here where you won't see it. I then want to make kind of like an easy plug in, plug out system, so the whole thing can be lifted out quite easily if I want to remove it for any particular reason. I'm also toying with putting some kind of handle structure on here so that it's just easier to lift it out when it when basically we probably need access to the original panel under here for access to topping up the oil, etc. So in the next part of the video we'll hopefully be a bit nearer to completion and hopefully be all trimmed up so it looks much more finished. So I'll see you in the next bit. Cheers, see you soon, guys. Hi guys, and welcome to the next part of the video. So well, it's not Alcantara, it's actually Dynamica. I went to a trimmers and decided to get Dynamica because the colour swatches are exactly the same and it's slightly cheaper. It's equally nice quality material. It's matched the exact same colour as the interior of the car. So as you can see, I've mapped out the area where the adhesive goes on. So I'm using a contact adhesive. This stuff. You brush it on and you leave it to set for about 20 minutes. And then you also brush it on the panel, which we have over here. So that's basically awaiting the Dynamica. So what I'm going to do is lay the panel onto the Dynamica. I'm going to do the top part of the panel first, adhere that first. When that's set in place, then I'm going to do the trickier bit of wrapping it around the sides and sticking that down as well. So catch me in the next part and we'll see what progress we've made. Here we are, pretty much done. My first piece of complete panel trimming. Grill made from scratch. Enclosure made from scratch. Quite proud of this one. Hi guys, and welcome back to what is the final part in the first part, I suppose, of what I've decided is going to be a two-part series. This part concerning just the building of the speaker box, and the second part, the installation of the subwoofer itself. So the box is completely finished now. Final additions were this what I think is rather natty aluminium laser cut grill on the front. That's actually a kitchen part that I got off Amazon for like £8. We've got this aluminium section on the bottom. I wanted that to add strength, as this is the part of the box that has the high strength Velcro underneath it to fit it into the car. That was actually an aluminium section from a little polycarbonate roofing project I had. We've also got aluminium bar on the edges here. That's again cut from straight aluminium and sprayed black. One of the things I'm most proud of is the Mclaren badge. So I hand cut the Mclaren badge from 1/2 mil aluminium and sprayed it black. I just think it adds that nice little professional touch to the box. And then finally at the front here we've got this leather strap. It's actually functional, as well as adding a sort of I don't know, I think a reasonably classy touch to it. So it's made out of a leather belt that I bought cheap out of a shop. I've cut it obviously with a very sharp cutting tool, so you get a nice fine professional looking edge, and then dyed the end in black, so there's no sort of underlying leather texture showing. It's then also drilled, and I've mounted these bolts. I might be changing these. I maybe want something a little bit slicker looking, but they'll do for now. And this obviously, as alluded to in the first video of this section, I wanted something that I could lift the box out of the car with, and this has got slack in it, so you can literally use it like a carry handle on a piece of luggage and pull it out of the car. So yeah, really happy with my first attempt at trimming and sub box construction. And the next part of this series will be, as I said earlier, will be showing you how we actually wire the Hertz sub into the car, and probably some sort of sound check if I can get a decent recording of it. All right, we'll catch you later, guys.